Okay, and then I'm going to go to Keynote, press play. I'm going to wait about 3 seconds now. Hello everybody and welcome to How to Sell Your Book Quickly, Making More Money with Less Hassle and Fewer Headaches with myself, Bill Goss, and Kat Smith. Hi Kat.
Hi Bill, how are you?
Very good, thank you, very good. First of all, as always, I'd like to welcome everybody to the EPA, the Elite Publishing Academy. And as I always say, nothing positions you as an expert in your field quite like becoming a published author. Capturing your expertise in a book form adds a type of credibility to you and your business that simply cannot be matched. That's me, Bill Goss, and I've written 4 books in as many years. I've created a stream of leads for my business, generating over £1.5 million worth of income. The company now has published over 1,000 titles, printed more than 1 million, as I said last week, nearly 2 million books, and generated millions of pounds for our customers. And Kat and I want to share the process of writing and marketing your book today and make you a success. So first of all, what we're going to talk about today is the writing process, or Kat's writing process, using your book as a #1 lead generator, how to attract and start to interact with existing clients or brand new prospects to sell on other services, such as training courses, webinars, seminars, mastermind groups, etc. And as I always say, you name it, the book will start the process. So first of all, I'd like to welcome Kat Smith, author of Grow Your Salon Fast, the quick, dirty, uncensored secrets to effortless high street domination despite cutthroat competition, insane regulation and obnoxious clients. Hi Kat.
Hi, that's quite a mouthful, isn't it, Bill?
Well, we will talk about your titles in a bit, but first of all, if you can just explain to everybody that's listening and watching a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you. Well, obviously I'm Kat Smith and I am the author of this book, but I'm also in the book. I owned a hairdressing salon in the luxurious end of Notting Hill in London for some years, and I wrote a book with my business partner at the time there to bring leads on new clients into the salon, and it was very, 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 very successful. And a year ago, I decided I didn't want to own the salon anymore, so I sold it to my business partner, and I went out on my own to actually sell or to teach other salon owners how to grow their salon fast, which is why the book came about.
Excellent, excellent. And so with the book itself, as Kat said just there, she's actually co-written a book already with your previous partner, was that right? 101 Naked Confessions?
101 Naked Confessions of a Gay Hairdresser.
So as we're going to talk about as we go along as well, is Kat's titles of books that are very, very catchy titles, and the reasons for if you like, the longer subtitles as well. And if we just start off, before we go well into the writing process and the design and all this type of stuff, what actually came first, Kat? Was it the actual title, or did you struggle with that, or did you kind of have that first of all, and then it kind of just all, evolved from there?
Well, funnily enough, it wasn't the title. I had a brief or just an overview of the title, which would probably be something like Growing Your Salon, but the book came first. The chapters came first.
Yep.
And then some of the overview came second, which is probably a bit of an ass-about-face way of doing things. But I just started writing, and then as I was writing, the actual whole format of the book started to come to me, and then I changed that format again after I had originally put the original things out.
Oh, okay.
And listed them all out. But the whole thing morphed as I became more clear about who I was writing to.
Sure. So if we go back, just to let everyone know, as we said there, Kat's the author of 2 books now, is that right, Kat?
2 books, yeah.
So the first book, which is, as you can see on the screen here, which is 101 Naked Confessions of a Gay Hairdresser, quick, dirty and uncensored secrets to perfect hair from the world's most outrageous hairdresser. What was the difference? And we're going to start talking into the kind of processes now. What was the difference between kind of either co-authoring or writing the first book to the second book now of Grow Your Salon Fast?
Well, the first book came as a result of an idea I had from one of my business mentors, John McCulloch. And when we talk about marketing your business and putting your personality into your business, one of the best things you can do is write a book. It establishes you as it. It's a fantastic business card. It shows your personality, and it starts to build trust in your clients, because it is hard to build trust, particularly I guess hairdressers and things like that. You want to know that you're going to somebody who's particularly good. So 101 Naked Confessions came about because I was writing daily emails to our list of clients in the salon, and I was writing them as my business partner Terry. So we decided that Terry was going to be the face of the salon, because you do have to have one person who is the face of the business if you're in business with somebody else.
Yeah.
And I was writing them as Terry, these emails. So I would talk to Terry on a daily basis, and we'd come up with a story, and they were all true stories about his life, from things like being the only gay in the village. He's actually married and got 2 children, doing the Queen's hair, going and seeing Bjork naked in her house, sort of thing. So there's lots of interesting things that he did as a person, but we related that also to, you come in and to the salon, this is what you hear on a daily basis, these are the stories he tells. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And so I wrote these emails over a period of a year, and I took the top, I think it was 90 emails. Okay. We topped and tabbed them, so we took the call to action out of them, we took the original introduction out, and we put them as little vignettes. And then interspersed between these 90 emails was 11 top tips about how to keep your hair in the best condition possible. So that's how that book was written. So it was written over a period of a year, okay. And all I had to do really is collate the emails and put the top tips in, and put an introduction and conclusion in. So that was that book.
Okay, that's quite a neat way of doing it, though, isn't it? When and if we go on to that kind of writing process, because obviously I speak to loads of people, and some people are very, people can write stuff really simply, or some people like myself take a long time to write. But that's quite a neat way of kind of doing not a basic book, but do you know what I mean? That kind of a year's worth of emails or marketing fodder, if you like, and kind of bundle it up and put it into a book. It's quite a smart way of doing it.
Well, if you've already written the emails, you've basically already written a book. So it's not that scary anymore, because if someone says to you, you should write a book, and you think, oh, where do I start? You've actually already got the content there, and all you have to do is pick out the best ones, and then, like I say, put some information in between them and put an introduction and conclusion. You've basically got a book. And it's a nice little pocket-sized book. It fits in someone's handbag. It's, just little short stories they can read on the train. Yeah. And it's just it's a fun thing, and it's something that nobody else has done. I've not ever seen any other salon do that. And
did it work for the salon as well then, Kat?
We've shifted a number of books. That we give them away. They had them in the salon to give to new clients. Clients bought them for their friends. They were a great little referral tool. They were great lead generation piece of marketing. They're tangible. They're great to talk about. All the staff in the salon talked about them. The receptionists give them out, that sort of thing. So yeah, it worked extraordinarily well, and they still continue to work extraordinarily well.
Fantastic. So obviously leading on to the new copy, which is Grow Your Salon Fast, which is completely different, by the way, everybody. It's more, as Kat says, it's really not, well, obviously for salons, etc., but I mean for any businesses. I mean, it's a really good insight on how to kind of generate leads, look after your business, what kind of the do's and don'ts, and when if you know Kat and everything as well, and it's kind of shooting straight from the hip as well. Even on the back cover it says, do not read this book if you're easily offended, and it's not there to be like a shock jock, is it? It's a case of don't be a precious flower, or etc. I mean, you explain it to people what you mean by that, really.
Well, when you are writing, the golden rule is to write like you speak, and I speak quite well, I think, but I like to swear.
Yeah.
And swear words just fall into my conversation. I don't know whether that's because I'm a Kiwi and that's just how it is, and even the Prime Minister swears on television there, or whether it's I don't know. But because I want to be authentic and I want to show my personality, that's how I've written the book. So swearing, there are swear words in there, but there are also there's information in there that probably makes people feel uncomfortable, whether it be in a salon business or, like I say, in the introductory chapter, if you're a farmer and you've picked it up because you like my sexy picture on the cover, good for you. But this kind of information does work in any business. There's no, it's no different if you're a jeweler, a photographer, a salon owner, whatever. The principles are exactly the same. Growing your business is the same because you are marketing to humans, and humans have very set ways of being motivated and to be persuaded to purchase. So when I wrote the book, I had a particular person in mind I was writing to, and I wanted to persuade them that this is how you can build your business, and not just persuade them, but also show them that I have taken this exact strategy and some of the tactics, and I have implemented them in a bricks and mortar business and grown it from, it was a failing salon when I bought it in a recession, so it was losing a lot of money, and I turned it around and made obscene profits within 5 years. So what is in this book is not just theory, it actually works. It's practical aspects to put into your business so you can grow it.
Absolutely, and that's what I love about it. It's not a case of just, like you said, it's not theory based. Kat actually has, you've done it. You put the time in, you put the sweat in, and like you say, you've reaped the rewards from that. But obviously, the beauty of this book, whether you're a salon owner or not, is that Kat's actually telling you these are the ways that I've done it. If you like, I've put my own money, money where the mouth is. This is what's worked. This is kind of what hasn't worked in a way. So going back to what you said before and about the writing side of things, is that something to do with when you say in the book, I think it's on page 47, when you say create an avatar of your ideal client? Was that what you were doing when you were writing the book? That same kind of theory behind it? You're creating that, like you said, you're writing it for a certain person?
Correct, yeah. The very first thing you should always do with your business is decide who you're selling to. And that doesn't mean it's just anybody walking past with a credit card, because it's not. You will have an ideal client that you want to be dealing with. Now, doing business with people it's hard work. So you always want to make sure that the person you're doing business with is somebody that you want to do business with, is somebody that you like, probably someone very similar to you. So when I was writing the book, I had an idea of who my ideal client was going to be, and I was writing this particular book for that person. Funny enough, she's just like me, and he has my values, my tastes, my purchasing conditions. So, but I had listed out exactly, what that person was like. So their demographic, what money they earned, what books they like to read, where they like to eat, did they like to travel, etc. But I also, on the other hand, had the client that I wanted to repel, because, as you said before, this book isn't for everybody. And I don't want to have people reading the book and saying, well, I'm offended. So that's why I say, don't read the book if you're offended. I am not for everybody. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And I don't want those people on my list, or I don't want to be dealing with those people. If they're going to be sensitive snowflakes or precious flowers about certain things, I don't want them bitching and moaning and saying, I don't like what you said, I'm offended by it. Yeah. I don't want to have to deal with those people. So when you have that ideal client in mind, also take into account that you've got somebody you want to repel. So when you're writing, you can attract the one you want and repel the one that you would rather not touch with a shitty stick, basically.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone, I think that's like a dynamite bit of advice for anybody. No matter what you're writing the book for, that bit of advice there is perfect. Not everybody's going to like it. I think most people are aware of that, but a lot of people do get, like you say, not offended but hurt by it. I don't know what the right thing is. Not everybody's going to like what you do. Not everyone likes what I do. Not everyone likes what you do. But you're going to attract people that do want to kind of work with you. They understand your kind of methods. They're in the same, they're from the same page. Excuse the pun, but it is that type of thing, isn't it? And this is what this book's very good at. It's full of fantastic kind of information, but also it's a case of you know, it's just because it says don't, you know, do not read this book if you're easily offended. It's not a sweary Mary book at all. What it is, it's a case of this is how it is. You know, if you're not going to bother doing it, the advice that I'm giving you for only, you know, for UK price £24.97, which is a bargain, all this information in here. You know, then don't, you know, don't bother. Don't get the book and don't take action on it, because this book here is you know, one of the best laid out books I've seen for a while. And with the information given in there, it's really good. It tells you how to do certain things. If you're especially, I don't know the salon business, Kat, if I'm honest with you, and you were more high end as well, weren't you? You weren't kind of just your high street kind of, well, I don't know what ladies salons were type thing, but you know, for a bloke it's like a £10 haircut, isn't it? You know, or you can go that little bit more and kind of get other stuff done. But you know, you weren't just selling to the masses either. You know, for the salon, were you? You were kind of selling for that kind of higher end crowd. Is the impression that I get anyway.
Yes, the higher end crowd is obviously where you want to be because they have money and they're prepared to spend it. And then you're not going to get price objections a lot. The book and writing it as a personality, it has a double benefit in that you can niche your business quite easily. So when you've got a niche and you're focusing on you've got a specific unique selling point, you can put whatever price you like on it because nobody else is doing it. And people have said to me, but there's other people who have written about marketing in the industry, etc. And I say, yes, but not everybody will take the information from somebody like me. So I'm going for a particular type of person. And so then I'm in a way niching my business. So I only want certain types of clients to come to me. Somebody else could write the exact same book or very similar and with their personality, and people will go to them, but they might not necessarily be the people that I want. So there's no reason not to write a book because somebody else has already done it. I mean, there's millions of books about getting your baby to sleep, but you will resonate with only one of those books because that will be somebody that the authority that you connect to, rather than it's a book about sleep and it's got various processes. It'll be whoever's written it has appealed to you. Yeah.
So if we go back to the start of the process, when did you start writing this book here?
I started writing in November of last year.
Okay, and we finished it in July, wasn't it?
Just a couple of months ago.
Yeah. So again, similar to Dominic Hodgson of last week. A similar kind of time frame. That November, I know you didn't write it solidly, and that's all you were doing all day because obviously you've got to market your business. Right. But if you can tell people roughly, are you kind of a fits and spurts person, or were you kind of like, I'm going to do a half hour a day, an hour a day? How did you do it?
I'm definitely a fits and spurts person when it came to this one. I would get great ideas and then write them down or take notes or record them and then sit and write in bursts. And I had to give myself some deadlines because otherwise I would sit and go, oh, I can't be bothered with that today. Yeah. And because it can be a task, especially when you've written something, you think, oh, that's great, there's going to be about 4 pages, and you find out it's going to be half a page. You do have to be motivated. So my editor, I gave her deadlines and said, I want to have this part done by that. So she kind of kept me to that. Not very well, I have to say, but she did try. She was quite busy. And that meant I had to sit and write a certain amount within a month. But I could write it in my own times because I have a child, I work from home, I have other things to do, so sitting down and writing, which I probably should have just said first hour of the day to sit and write, but the motivation didn't come to me at that first hour of the day. So I'd be more motivated in the afternoon, but then I'd have my daughter at home sort of thing. So yeah. I had to be very creative about when I sat and write. But I'm very much a person that likes to handwrite things and in pencil. So I wrote a lot of this book in a little notebook and then then rewrite it on the computer, which is probably a very slow way of doing things. But I find that my ideas flow better if I'm just writing with a pencil.
Well, I think, and I'm always fascinated by that. I ask that question a lot, how people do it, and it really is each their own. It's a case of whatever writes best for you. I mean, I do a lot of it via when I'm doing a lot of content and everything. I will speak it rather than write it, if that makes sense. I find it easier that way to try and articulate myself. When I put it on pen to paper, it just kind of mumbles up for me. But for you, like you said, to write it down is a lot easier to kind of get them thoughts out. Whatever the process is, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as it's kind of getting it out there.
No, it doesn't matter the process at all. In fact, I have a little marker in the shower, so I've got a glass wall on my shower, and I get a lot of ideas when I'm in the shower. So, however that image comes out for you just now, and I find that writing on the wall helps me to remember what I'm kind of coming up with, because often I'll forget by the time I get back to my desk and etc. But I have great thoughts in the shower, and also when I'm exercising. And I think that's something to do with the brain waves, that when you're in that kind of mode, repetitive exercise mode, or there's water going around, you are more creative with your thought processes. So whatever works for you, do it at that time. And then it doesn't become a chore, because when it becomes a chore, it becomes not very pleasurable.
No, so just to reiterate, obviously started November, it kind of got finished in kind of June, July-ish time. Therefore, in between, like you said, I mean, Kat's got a different process as well. So again, for everybody listening, she didn't do it all herself. You used an editor as well, Kat, you say?
Well, the editor was only for the proofread and the final, edits at the end. So she didn't help me structure the book at all, or help me with any thoughts. So she was only really there to take the chunks. So what I did was I said to her, I'm not writing this book from start to finish. I'm writing parts of the book, and some of it might be at the end, some of it might be in the middle. So she said, whenever you get a big chunk, you send it to me and I'll edit it for grammar and spelling, etc. So I sent her 3 parts basically. So there was and then the introduction and the conclusion was set separately as well. Okay. So I gave her some big chunks to work on rather than a chapter at a time.
Fine. Okay. So that's how you worked it. Then you kind of split it in, book start, but like not even a start, middle, and end. But you had thirds of it that you kind of wrote it. There you go. There's that bit, and then you kind of dealt with it at the end. Did you kind of? Well, that'll go chapter 1 to then the flow kind of worked from there. Did it?
Yes, that's correct. And what I did as I was writing the chunks was I restructured the way the format how I wanted it to work. So it was about strategy and tactics rather than your market, your media, what have you. Yeah. But what I did was I wrote the chapters that I was interested in the most. So anything that came easily, the information that was easy and that I really enjoyed writing about, I wrote those first, and then I wrote the technical boring bits towards the end. Because they weren't very fun.
So I must talk about this, your front cover. Now, this is a bit of a dodgy picture for my iPhone here, everyone, but I apologise. But what I was trying to show people here is, you can probably see it in the middle section there, is Kat's got Kat's all paperback books, by the way, that she's done so far. And she's had a lovely kind of silver foil blocking on the cover as well, just to kind of accentuate that the luxuriousness. I don't know what the right word is, but you've got to talk to us about this cover design, because it is a fantastic cover design. It's drawn a lot of eyes in the factory and people here and all that type of stuff. And I'm sure it will attract a lot of people when it goes out there on sale and marketing it. So again, just talk us through, because it is, in a way, it's a lovely. It's a lovely, simple design, isn't it? It's very clear, concise, and just go through that for us.
Isn't that just the sexiest book cover you've ever seen in your life? And the fact that it's in multiple there is just amazing. I'm very, 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 very happy with this. I haven't, as we speak, received a hard copy yet, so I've only seen some photos that have come through, because I'm actually in the Middle East and you're obviously in the UK. Yeah. So, and these have only been printed in the last week or so.
That's right.
But when I was designing the cover, I hired a very clever young lady called Julia King to design my avatar. So that's my cartoon there. And I do look like that, but my legs are just slightly shorter. So, and funnily enough, one of my friends wrote back and said, "You've got to get that hourglass figure back." And I was like, "That's so cheeky." But I wanted the silver blocking foil on the main title, and I don't know if you can see people that I've got on my avatar, the Queen Bitch of Everything, because that's my.
Yeah, you can't see
nickname.
that. Yeah, you can't see it on there, but that's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is. So I'm the Queen Bitch of Everything. The reason I did that is because I want to appeal to high-end salons, and salon owners per se are particularly bling people, so they will look for the nicest, shiniest thing. So I wanted something that was very attractive and also had that luxe feel to it.
Yeah.
And so I asked, and you delivered. Very nice silver foil on a very plain background. So I wanted the avatar to stand out.
Yeah.
And I wanted the text to be easily read. So I'm in a demographic now where my eyes are not as good as they could be. And I think most of the people I'm appealing to are probably also in that age demographic. So I wanted it bold and bright and very easily read, because basically you want your book to be a white one. So a white background, nice bright dress, and then all the rest of it easy to read and easy to read font.
No, I mean, it is a lovely cover, and like I say, it does definitely draw the eyes. Obviously, we see thousands of books, you know, and everything, and this one does stand. I'm not just saying it because you're on there, not just kissing your ass because it's on there, but it does stand out, and it's not just me. People, you know, like I say, you know, obviously the lads in the factory have pulled up on it, Kat, as well. So it's obviously doing something right. But how many drafts of that kind of cover was that fairly standard? Was it quick and easy? Was it, yep, that's it, done, beautiful, off we go? Or was it again kind of thrown back a few times, and or was it a long drawn out process?
It was very quick and easy. So I had the avatar done. That was quick and easy. So Julie was amazing when she produced avatars. So I'd had that already ready to go. I knew I wanted that on the cover. I had to decide on the title. That was pretty quick and easy. I spoke to my friend and marketing mentor, John McCulloch, and he helped me with the title. That was about 2 seconds worth, because he's a genius at that.
Yeah.
And then I just gave that all to my editor, and she just put it together. And there were two versions. One was one was with the fully justified, etc., and then right justified. But I took into account, there's a great book called Print and Layout. Let me just find it here on my messy desk. By Colin Weldon.
What's it called again, Kat? Sorry.
He put out, Are You Communicating or Just Making Pretty Shapes? And it's by Colin Weldon, and it's a brilliant book. So if you are doing anything with layout or print or website design or anything like that, it gives you the rules. And the rules, as he's written them, are brilliant.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's a lovely cover. It works tremendously well, and well, hopefully, you know, we're going to see in the next 6 months, a year, when the book goes out, and how you're marketing it and everything, and where we go from there. But I mean, coming on to the best bit now, my favourite bit of it, because I like to steal people's ideas, as you know. But obviously, the lead generation part of it for yourself, and Kat's kind of spoken about this already, how she's her avatar, so who her favourite clients are, who she's targeting, and everything like that. So for you, if you can give us away some of your trade secrets, if you can, how does your marketing funnel work? Is it Facebook kind of campaigns? Is it direct mail, email? I mean, how do you do it?
Well, as I teach in the book, it's actually a bit of everything. So I use a lot of different tactics, the Facebook and LinkedIn. Tactics can change, so Facebook's algorithms can change, and they might not like your advert anymore. So don't just depend on one type of way of getting leads through your door. I have done a Facebook advertising campaign to get leads into my funnel I've got a email sequence called 33 Ideas to Grow Your Salon Fast. So they've come in through there. And I will also, so what I'm also doing with the book is I will have an advert for Facebook as well, as targeting specific people. So I have very clear view of who my target market is, so that I can really specify who this advert is going. And what I'll be doing is giving away a sample of the book. So the first 2 chapters will be a PDF format, and then the rest by purchasing it.
Yeah.
But I've also gone the direct mail route. So we're having a book launch in 2 weeks' time. So I'm sending out invitation and press release to the industry press. So there's a lot of salon industry press. So this first one is in the UK, and I'll be going out to various other countries as well, doing that sort of thing when I'm visiting or traveling. And then I've got the book, and what I'm asking people to do, if they want one, so friends and family, is that they have to take 2 and they have to give the second one to the salon that they go to. And I'm doing that particularly with friends and family because I know that they are probably going to this similar style salons that I want to target because they're my friends and family, and obviously it's kind of like a referral. So people like what you like, or you like people who are like yourself. So I'm asking them to give the book to their salon, which is just starting as well. And then I'll also be doing some handouts. So I'll be walking around to different salons and giving them out. Basically, it's just a very sexy business card, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazingly sexy business card, and you know, obviously I'm going to say it, but the book still has so much power and punch when you present it to people, because not many people, you know, everyone says, oh, everyone's writing, but no, they're not actually. Only the savvy people are writing their books to kind of grow their businesses or enhance themselves personally or whatever they're trying to do. You know, and obviously having all the right mechanisms in place, obviously, you know, Kat does a lot of email marketing, and as I've just kind of briefly, while you were talking there, showing the slides slightly of, you know, going to Kat's kind of lead magnet there, where she gives you 33 ideas to grow your salon fast, which is 33 simple and proven ideas to grow your salon. So it's pretty, again, when people come onto it, you know, that's the start of the process for you, I assume, and they get the 33 ideas. You then promote the book, you then promote other kind of areas that you're promoting type stuff. And it kind of leads on from there, doesn't it? I mean, that's the whole reason why you've written 2 books, obviously, and obviously seeing the power of the first book that you wrote, and obviously the second book now, obviously, if you like, going out on your own and creating the new brand for yourself. Obviously, you've realised that a book is a powerful way of kind of communicating what you want to do. And like I said, I'm not just saying it because, you know, we printed it and stuff, but it is a great book. It gives you a lot of information. Brilliant if you're in the salon business, but also brilliant if you're in any type of business of what to do. So, I mean, what other ideas are spinning from your Salon Fast area? Is it the kind of training courses or mastermind groups, continuity programs? What out of the list there do you see the kind of Grow Your Salon Fast franchise becoming type thing?
Well, the whole book and the email series and all that is for people to come into my inner circle. So it's a continuity program. You become a member of the inner circle and you get more information about how to grow your salon. So it's very detailed, very specific information, far more than is in the book, and it's tailor-made to you, your salon, your business, your marketing. So the whole idea is to get people into my continuity program and then and build it from there. So it's only a tool at this point in time to do that, and it's probably one of the easiest tools to use because, like you say, not everybody has written a book, and I'm still impressed with people coming up to me and going, oh my God, that's amazing, you're an author, that's so exciting, I've never met an author before. And I think, yeah, but what I did was put some words on paper and you know, self-published. But it really makes you stand out, and people are in awe of it. So it works really well for that sort of thing. And I can take parts of the book and I can publish parts of the book separately, or I can put it in a trade press, or I can make, you know, like you say, webinars out of a particular topic and use the book to do that. But the whole idea is for the book is to bring people to get to know me and the way I do things in the business, so that they can come into my inner circle and pay me lots of money.
Yeah, So obviously, from the book point of view, obviously people will get the emails, the 33 steps, etc. Then they get something physical, which is your book, which is more, as I said, fantastic information. So it's that first kind of buy-in signal, isn't it? When people purchase the book from you, they've kind of relatively warmed, they're interested in what you've been saying and everything, and the book then kind of emphasises that point, which then, for Kat's purposes, will then lead on to a continuity program and so on and so forth. So again, as I always say to people, the book itself is a fantastic present to people, because it's full of you're giving people the information that, if you're targeting them right, that they kind of asking for, and therefore they're going to kind of, if they like it, they're going to ask more questions, aren't they, Kat? It's pretty simple, really. It's a pretty simple process, but having the book itself in your armoury is a fantastic tool.
It is a fantastic tool like that, and it really helps out, because when somebody asks you what you do and you say, well, I help salons grow their business, it's a very generic statement. But if I can say, here's the book, this is what I do, this is what it's about, they have a much better insight into what it is I do, and it explains it so much better than, oh yeah, you just help salons, whatever, you're a consultant or a mentor or a coach, and they go for it. But if you can hand them a book at the same time and say, look, I wrote a book about it, it has a whole different level.
Yeah.
Is that, and you mentioned, is that when people, they've come into your list and they've got emails, and then they get something physical with a book. The people who tend to buy a book or receive a book tend to be better clients, because they can read, which is always a bonus this day and age, but also because if they read, they are interested in learning, and they're interested in learning about the particular topic that you're writing about, and therefore will probably more likely take action.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point, actually. I mean, that's well said. People, like I say, they are interested, but they're willing to learn. They want to know more information, don't they? And, I'm a serial book buyer, and everything like that. It is, from my point of view, being an uneducated man like I am, but it is that willingness to learn and to, not everything's great, obviously, and, you can't be too magpie-ish either, but it is that thirst for knowledge. From my point of view, that's why I buy books or courses or whatever it is, to learn and make myself better, in many ways. And it depends on what you're focusing on, and depending on who you are. But that is a great way to kind of explain stuff. So 2 last questions for you, Kat. 1, when's the next book? And 2, if you could give, I mean, you've given a lot, I'll be honest with you, you've given loads of handy hints and tips to people anyway. But if you could give yourself, prior to writing this book, one valuable bit of information or hints and tips, what would that be? So number 1, would you write another book? And 2, what's the main piece of information you can give to people?
Okay, so funnily enough, I am in the process of writing another book, and this one is dedicated to it's sourcing good staff and keeping them. So keeping them motivated, keeping them loyal, and getting staff into, particularly for salons, but it could be for anything, and making them work for you, and enjoying their job. So I'm in the middle of doing that, and that's just being fleshed out, the outline at the moment. And my one tip, I think, is just start, and start small. Don't think about the whole thing, just start with little steps. Do 1 sentence, do one paragraph, do 1 chapter, and then build from there. You don't have to write everything in 5 minutes. It took me months to do it. So the key is just sit down and start it.
Brilliant. Thank you very, very much for your time, Kat. I really do appreciate it. I hope everybody there who's watching and then will listen to this as in the next kind of few days and weeks or whatever, grab a copy of it. As I say, yes, it is ideal if you're a salon owner, but if you're not, there is some amazing hints and tips. You can get it from growyoursalonfast.com, and there is a /book to take you straight to the thing. Or if you just want to check Kat out, go to growyoursalonfast.com. So, Kat, thank you ever so much. Thanks for all the information you've given us. Thanks for your energy today as well. I do really appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon.
Absolute pleasure, Bill. Thank you for inviting me on. It's been fun.
No problems. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you. Brilliant, Kat. Thank you.
Well, welcome. That was all right, wasn't it? You could hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I really enjoyed that. Um,
Oh, good.
it is no, it's nice that it gave so much information. If I'm honest with you as well, it's nice when people are kind of just open with it all. And but the book is it's really nicely laid out as well. Who done that? Is that
Alexa.
Alexa? Yeah, it's nicely done
Yeah.
actually. As in easy to read.
Isn't it?
Oh, you haven't seen
Yeah, it's
you
funny,
haven't
isn't
seen
it?
it
But I
yet?
gave him my no, I haven't seen it. No. But I said the thing is, when you know what you're doing, and that type of layout book is really good. And when you've been with John and you've talked about things,
Yeah.
you know what you want. So she didn't actually do a lot, if
Hmm.
I'm completely honest.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
said to her, "This is how I want it," and when she sent it back, even if I didn't know how I wanted it, when she sent it, draft copies, I would then know what I wanted because it's like, no, I don't, that's wrong, that's wrong. Put that there, change that heading, make sure that's in bold, that sort of thing. So you kind of knew. I've been writing newsletters I've been writing newsletters for Dan for some time.
Yes.
I'm not doing them anymore, but because I was doing that, I had an idea of layout, headings, subheadings, what should be in italics, that sort of thing. But then I also thought, well, if I was reading this book, what would I want? I would want points at the end, some summaries, because I'd skim through it, and then call to action that would actually be quite good. By not put an action point at the end of the book to actually do something, and that would fill up a few more pages, so it'd be a bit thicker. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it is.
But yeah, so
It's
then when
nicely
she's put
done.
it together, it looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. It's just easy to read, easy to follow. Like I say, yeah, no, I know, but obviously we see loads of stuff and a lot of
Mm.
marketing books as well. But it is nicely laid out, and like I say, yeah, obviously it is for the salon trade. But I mean, it will help a lot of people as well. I know it's kind of lots of stuff in there, but it definitely is worth a read, I
It's
think.
good. Yeah, thank you for that. And I've had the benefit of having everybody else's books sitting here, so
Yeah,
whoever else has been writing them, at least I've got all the books. And I skim through them. I'm like, yeah, do that, not do that, not do that. Yeah, so
brilliant.
it's good. But I think, I mean, it isn't difficult, is it? It's not
No,
really. It's work. It takes time.
it does take time, and it's a case of once it's done, you're different to others. But what I'm trying to say to people is that try and use it as a marketing tool. You promote it. Not just a general bulk standard self-publisher. That's fine. If they just wanted to publish their books for themselves, that's cool. That's a different
Mm.
area, and exactly what you were saying about the avatar person. There's 3 or 4 avatars for us, I suppose. But if you just want to self-publish it and just that's cool. There you go. But I'm trying to target people like yourselves, if you like, who understand it, but have a fear factor of doing it, and that's why I'm trying to get people on to talk about stuff like
Mm.
this because it does help. I think when they listen to other people that aren't doing it, and you say, well, it's not that easy. I'm not going to pretend. No, that's what Dom said last week. It's not that easy, but again, little by little, kind of build it, and within normally 6 months, a book's done, isn't it? And that's kind of what I'm trying to say to people is that I know it's not top of everyone's list, but it should be kind of in your top 5 to kind of get done within the working year at least type thing. And once you've done it, you can hang your hat off it, can't you, and go from there.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer, really, and you've always got it. You only have to do it once.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
my other piece of advice is, you only have to do it once and then it's done. You've got it out there. So I've got 2 books now and
Yeah,
they're still going. It's ongoing.
lovely. All right.
Yay!
Enjoy the rest of the sunshine, the very hot sunshine. That'll be there forever.
Oh, I've got to go out in a minute, pick up Helena from school. It's always a very big challenge
Oh,
running
is it?
the school. Yeah, so like 20 minutes of walking in the hot sun. Will you send me that as
Yep.
a recording like did for Dom's one?
Yeah, I'll get it cut, and then should be I'll YouTube it over to you, and I'll give you the MP4 and all that type of stuff for you as well.
Fab, so I can use it
Yeah, absolutely.
willy-nilly.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool.
Brilliant.
Excellent. Thank you
Thanks for
for
your
that.
time.
Pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I will do. Cheers, Kat. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Bill.
Bye.
Bye.